What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashioned. And today is no different. We're going to do a little review. We try to do these long form videos, quick reviews. So we're going to dive into a little Still Austin Red Corn. Now, this is going to be their summer 2024 release. It is a bottled and bond, which means it's going to be 100 proof. Apparently, this is one of their more popular offerings, and they do it kind of like once a year, and they release like their mash bill being slightly different as it was in the past. So I'm excited to dive into this one. I've not had the red corn one yet, but if anything shows me from Still Austin, their cask strength bourbon's good, their straight rye is really good. I'm expecting this to be no different. Now, the mash bill on this is going to be 36% red corn, 34% white corn, 25% rye, which I would categorize this as a high rye mash bill, and it's going to be 5% malted barley. So excited to dive into this one. I think for this is going to be at least a 5-year age. I remember on the bourbon it was at least a 2-year age, so I'm excited to see Still Austin have a little bit of extra age. You know, things in Austin, Texas, the way they age is just super quick, tons of flavor really fast. So I'm excited to see something with a little bit more age statement on it for me. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'll do a little pour and I'll let you know what the nose is like. That was an amazing cork pop. Did you guys catch that? I think you missed out on that. So let's pour it up. All right, let's see what the nose is working with. Oh, wow. So right off the bat, you definitely get some cinnamon on the nose. You get some kind of fruit, maybe like orange citrus vibes to it, which I was not expecting. Almost no ethanol burn, tiny bit of vanilla. And there might be something in there like not like a rye spice. I know rye's in there, but I'm getting more like a, maybe like coffee espresso, something like that. There's like a darker note in there, and that's what I'm kind of correlating that coffee note for. Overall, it's maybe a little bit of cherry in there, maybe a little cherry soda action. That may be what I'm picking up there, but overall, nose is really good, really pleasant. I don't get tons of like grain or anything from it. I just get, honestly, nice floral-ish, brightish nose notes. So let's go ahead and dive into the palate, and we can hopefully hope for it to translate over. Cheers. Wow, okay, that's different. Don't know how to process that. We're gonna have to do 2 sips. 2 sips, everybody knows the rules. Okay, so right off the bat, very bright, very floral-esque. Definitely like more of a orange or a grapefruit type style note in there, and I think that one's gonna be one of the more prominent ones. You get a little bit of sweetness. You definitely get a little bit of that rye spice in there as well. There's definitely like a little bit more like manly vibes to this bottle, where you get some leather, you get some mint aspect, because I feel like that's brightening it up a little bit. That mint's making it like a little fresher, right? Overall, solid pour. I would say as well, like some people correlate this and some people don't. It's kind of a little dusty vibes to it. Kind of feels, compared to their bourbon, it definitely feels extra aged. Now, for their extra aged, with the swap with the red corn for the regular white corn, I mean, you can definitely tell the difference. It's its own unique profile to it, and I've never had red corn before, so I can't talk on it, but I imagine that this style profile is going to be quite different from different, just regular white corn. Now, I will say, taste aside, palate aside, the art on this bottle, Still Austin, they always come through in the clutch with crazy looking art. This is a clean looking bottle with a little snake and cactus. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the comments, but I believe they have like tattoo artists come out and design them, their labels, and that way they can promote local artists along with having pretty cool labels. So I love that about Still Austin. So to finish up on the palate though, again, quick recap, gonna have some orange notes in there. Gonna have a little bit of leather, maybe a little tobacco, maybe some mint as well to freshen it up. Obviously, you get vanilla and caramel vibes to it, but I do think there's also like a nuttiness to it, maybe cashews, walnuts, something along those lines. But it's a solid pour. I won't go as far as saying this is my favorite. I'd probably think the Still Austin cast strength bourbon is better, but it may have something to do with the proof, because this is 100 proof, it is bottled in bond, but for me, this is a solid pour. Now let's go ahead and check out the finish, because the finish is what brings home, you know, a pour anyway. So let's dive into that real quick. I will say finish on it, for 100 proof, it's pretty decent. It's not long. I'm gonna say it's short to moderate if you want to kind of categorize of how long it really is. But I will say on the finish, kind of like that aftertaste, I may be crazy, but I think there's like a cupcake vibe to it, like vanilla frosting type stuff for like the finish palate wise. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe I'm craving cupcakes or something that's just made up in my head, but it's a solid aftertaste. So, you know, sometimes you get like tobacco or leather as like the finishing aftertaste. This is more like desserty on the back end rather than the front of the palate, which is honestly a nice change of pace. I will say, as far as like the 100 proof, if you're not used to 100 proof, this would be like on the warmer side of 100 proof, but I'd say it drinks maybe like 100 to 105 at best. So that is the official review. If I had to recommend it, I'm absolutely going to say pick this up. I think it's a cool bottle to have on the shelf, for one, to have the looks of it, but also to have, you know, something that is a little bit more unique. And I think the red corn itself aspect of this bottle brings in that uniqueness. In shambles here, I dropped the cork. I landed on the top though. Do we get points for that? Does the bottle get points for that? I don't think so. But either ways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you had this? What's your thoughts on the bottle itself? Is this something you would pick up, or is red corn something you stay completely far away from for some certain reason? But again, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. We do go live every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you tune in for those. We do unboxings, we do some tastings, first impressions. So check that stuff out. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the other side. Peace.